this new little book, Living in the Light, Money, Sex, and Power, came into being through some messages that I gave in London. And the thought was, well, maybe it could be useful in a book. And so the way it came together was define, defeat, deploy. Define money, sex, and power, defeat the dangers, deploy the potentials. And it's this third one that I think might make the book unique, or maybe a little different than what people ordinarily think. So let me just walk through those and we'll get an idea of what's in it. When I defined them, what came clear was how crucial these other two sections are. So I defined money as a cultural symbol, piece of paper, it's worthless in itself, but it's a cultural symbol and you can exchange it somewhere for what you value. So money becomes a means of showing what you value. Power is capacity for achieving what you value. You use your power to get what you want, and so power becomes a means of showing what you love, what you value, what you treasure. And sex is one of those values that people want. They'll pay for, or they'll work for, or they'll use power for, or whatever to get or use. And so when I saw, goodness gracious, those three powerful realities are means that God has given us to put what we value on display. Either Him, so they become an act of worship, or non-Him, and they become an act of idolatry. So that's how important definitions can be. So when I say defeat, define, defeat, I mean, okay, let's look at the dangers. Well, what does sex offer that's dangerous? I mean, sex is good. It's God's idea. Money is good. It's treated in the New Testament as something good to accomplish. You can accomplish good with, and power can be used for good, but they're all dangerous. And when you look at it, you realize they're dangerous because sex can destroy pleasure. Not just create, it can destroy pleasure. Money can destroy true wealth. Power can destroy our very self. If we try to exalt ourselves, Jesus says, you're nothing. You want to be great? Go down. You want to destroy yourself? Try to puff yourself up. So the dangers are the tricks of the devil to turn those things that are promising the exact opposite. He makes them destroy what they promise. But we get finally to deploy and realize God gave us sex, God gave us money, and God gave us power for the sake of the glory of God, for the sake of using them, finding Him in them, so that we don't just worship them as gifts. We don't worship them as gifts at all. We receive them as gifts and then see in those gifts something of God, and we take them and we make God look great through them. So that's the gist of the book, trying to recognize the dangers and defeat them, trying to recognize the potentials and deploy them. And maybe one other thing, what I realized, and what kind of the image that holds it all together, and partly where the title came from, Living in the Light, is that these money, sex, and power are like planets. And if the sun, God's glory, has been taken out of the center of the solar system of your life, the orbits of these planets are all out of whack, and they're going to smash and bang and destroy everything eventually. And that the solution is not kind of legalistically, got to get a hold of my sex and make it go in a circle. Got to get a hold of my power and make it go in a circle. No, you don't. You just have to put the sun back at the center of the solar system of your life. And guess what? When He's there, the gift of sex falls into its proper orbit, the gift of money and power. And so that's the picture that has helped me so much.